So we're going to begin by making the icing for the cinnamon toast pancake creation. For that, we're going to start by melting some butter in a pan or wherever you like. Some people like to do it in the microwave, and then putting that to the side. Then we're going to combine some powdered sugar and milk. Ideally, you want to get pre-made powdered sugar, so you don't want to put granulated sugar into a blender like I did because my store ran out. Anyway, you're going to add some vanilla into the mixture and mix it up with a fork. So because I didn't use actual powdered sugar for the icing, it turned out a bit grainy, and when all hope was lost, I thought of an idea, which was to put it into a non-stick skillet and dissolve the sugar, and somehow it kind of worked. So if you're using kind of non-powdered sugar, you can try this out. But of course, I suggest getting actual powdered sugar from the store. Now that our icing is done, we're going to make the cinnamon sort of filling paste that we're going to use for the pancakes, which is going to be some melted butter, some brown sugar, and cinnamon. Ideally, you would want to use light brown sugar, but again, my store didn't have it, so I used dark brown sugar. I just want to make something clear, the pan isn't on the heat, I just use the pan to melt the butter, then I killed the heat and added all the other stuff in. So as you can see, we've made kind of a paste, but we want more of a sauce, so add some water in to thin it out. Once everything is mixed in, you're going to put it to the side and leave it for the later steps. So the pancake we're making is just a basic pancake batter. I made another video about how to make basic pancakes on my channel, you can check that out, that'll be in the description down below. It's basically consisting of some dry ingredients and wet ingredients. The wet ingredients are eggs and milk, the dry are flour, sugar, baking soda, and baking powder. Normally I would add vanilla and cinnamon to the batter, but because we're having the icing and the cinnamon paste, it's kind of unnecessary. Slowly add the wet to the dry, mix it in, and you can either add some butter or some neutral tasting oil to the batter in the end. I find that oil works better because it's neutral tasting, and I think the texture is a bit better with oil. After you've mixed all the ingredients in, you're supposed to rest the batter for about 5 to 10 minutes, but I really don't find that it makes a huge difference, so you can decide on whether you want to do it or not. Add some butter into a non-stick pan, and then you're going to wipe it with a paper towel just to get all the excess butter off. Then you're going to spoon in your pancake batter, and this is where disaster struck for me. Well, kind of. Essentially, because the cinnamon sauce was too thin, I added it to a piping bag and it came out like water, so it went all over the pan and the pancakes. So, use a spoon, do not use a piping bag, and be smart with how you apply the sauce to the pancakes. If you do happen to get a situation like mine, fear not, the taste will be almost identical, but the appearance will be slightly different. Also, because the sauce is just mainly sugar, it's going to turn into this nice caramel that you could then rub your pancakes into. Take the pancakes off of the heat and repeat with the rest of your batter. This time I was a bit smarter with my decision making and I decided to use a spoon to get some nice swirls onto the pancakes. Do this about 10 seconds after you add the batter to the non-stick pan. If your pancake sticks at any point to the pan, it means it's not greased enough, so keep adding some butter and making sure to wipe it with a paper towel. Flipping these can get a bit challenging, so make sure you have a nice spatula. I use a fish spatula to get under there really well and then flip it quickly. Once you finish making the pancakes with all of your batter, you're going to stack them on top of a plate. Then you're going to add some more of that sauce on top of it. If you want to, you can not add it if you don't want it to be as sweet, but if you're making this and you don't want it to be sweet, I don't know what you're doing. I'm joking, you can do whatever you want. And then you finish it off with your icing. My icing hardened, so I had to reheat it in a pan, so if it's the same for you, no worries, just put it back in a pan and everything will be fine. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.